following program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Mabuhay! Welcome to Keep It Up with Chicharon! So for our today's episode, we have invited 3 powerful persons or women in different generations to tackle about the advancement of our transportation here in the Philippines. So let us all welcome our guests. So, thank you very much, dahil pumayag kayo na to do our segment. So, pakilala muna tayo before we proceed.
I am Matilda, 26 years old. I'm Hannah, 26 years old. I'm Leia, 19 years old.
So, as you can see, very iba't ibang henerasyon ng ating in-invite ngayon. Kasi gusto nating malaman kung ano nga ba yung iniisip nila when it comes to public transportation in our country. So before we proceed with our segment, ano yung thought ninyo sa ating transportation ngayon? Ano sa palagay niyo yung mga dapat baguhin natin?
Dapat yung jeep kasi masyadong mauso and napakalaking problema na sa mga sa kalsada. For me yung LRT. So lalo na yung current incident ngayon, yung ibang station hindi nag-ooperate. Sobrang hassle.
For me, yung gobyerno mismo. Kasi hindi nila sinusolusyonan yung transportation. Like, gusto paalisin yung mga traditional jeep maging modernized. Imbes na bigyan muna ng, solution para sa mawawalan na trabaho ng mga jeepney drivers.
So, thank you very much. So, actually, iba ang pananaw. Depende sa henerasyon, So, para naman sa malaman natin, we have prepared 10 questions. You need to answer this question as quick as possible, So, without further ado, let's proceed with Quickie Talk! So, let's proceed. Train or plane?
Plane.
Electric or gasoline?
Gasoline.
Past or future transportation?
Future.
Driver or self-driving car?
Self-driving.
Teleportation or flying car?
Flying car.
Jeepney modernization, yes or no?
Yes.
No, kasi nga, as I said, no-oppress nila yung mga traditional jeepney drivers and, masyado siyang, yun nga.
Benefits naman para sa mga commuters and drivers, then it's good.
For me, yes, pero kailangan niya ng proper transition support.
Most overrated transportation?
Private cars.
What to upgrade? MRT or LRT?
LRT.
Best transportation innovation?
E-scooters as hoverboard.
Bullet trains.
For me, e-vehicles.
One wish for the Philippine transportation system?
A transportation that supports people's style.
For me, accessible and modernized.
For me, sustainable and inclusive as well as mental health friendly system.
Thank you very much for your time and support, Maraming salamat sa ating mga guests na pinaunlakan tayo na i-conduct itong segment na to. So maraming salamat po sa ating mga viewers, to the BSME 17. This is Chicharon. Bye-bye.
So, ang question ko is, ano ang mode of transportation mo and convenient ba siya para sa'yo?
Mode of transportation ko talaga is jeep, like plug-in jeep yan, mapunta, pa-uwi, tapos pagpunta sa galaan. And for me is, mas convenient talaga siya kasi mas yung jeep sa amin Kasi nasa kami, like part ng QC na wala talaga, walang LRT, walang MRT. So, yung plug-in dumadaan dun, jeep lang talaga. So, jeep talaga yung una kong mas convenient siya.
Thank you!
Ano yung transportation mo?
May sarili akong sasakyan that I am using going to work.
Okay, so second question, is it convenient for you?
Yes, of course, it's very convenient for me to drive my own car since yung convenience, traveling, you don't need to wait for jeepneys or bus going to work or anywhere you wanted to, especially if you are traveling long drive. So, magdadala ka ng luggage and also yung convenience ng privacy.
Okay. So, third question is, what steps do you take, basta yung kung anong pwedeng gawin ng gobyerno para ma-improve yung transportation system?
Actually, we already have in place a transportation system in the Philippines. However, I think ang kailangan talagang gawin ng government is lakihan yung mga major thoroughfares like yung mga highways like EDSA. Kailangan lakihan yan. Kasi ang nakikita na lang naman talaga sa kalsada is yung mga private service vehicles and yung pang public transportation po konti lang naman. Number 2 is kailangan talaga siguro na ilimit ng government yung ownership ng cars, at least 1 to 3 service cars per family. Well, it would depend on the number of number ng sa family, kung ilan silang member ng family. Kasi right now, ang nangyayari is there is coding. So pag may number coding, bibili na naman ng additional car para hindi sila mahirapan. So ganun na kailangan natin siguro malimit talaga since maliliit ang kalsada sa Pilipinas.
Do this.
Champagne going down. Legs back to blue. Champagne and pour down.
Welcome to SNC TV, where we dive in different topics about our society.
A concerning expansion of population is happening at a rapid rate, further intensifying the urgency to develop a more optimized transportation system. New studies have come up with the solution of using AI with real-time data analytics to improve traffic flow and have automated incident management. But how is this possible? Today, we're welcoming our favorite guests, Dr. Sheena Babas and Dr. Lian Basso.
Welcome, good afternoon.
I be catching you staring, be careful, the outer mind is a dangerous place to be left in. Keep your eyes.
So last time, you guys showed us a glimpse of what AI is capable of in helping our environment. And now you guys are going to tell us about how it will greatly help in traffic and bring better mobility.
But before we start, magpakilala muna tayo sa ating audiences.
Yes.
Good day everyone, I am Engineer Sheena Jane Babas, the current Head Engineer of the project Artificial Intelligence in Transportation System. I graduated way back 2013 at the La Salle University, Manila with a Master's in Transportation Engineering focusing on sustainable mobility and large-scale transportation system.
So ayun na, ang ganda-ganda ng educational background ng ating guest. So ngayon naman, dumako naman tayo kay Miss Lia.
So good day. It's a pleasant day to be invited here in your show. So my name is Engineer Lian Pearl Basco. I am the current Secretary of Department of Transportation. I earned my bachelor's degree in University of the Philippines, Diliman, Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering, and completed my master's in Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Santa Mesa, or Master's in Railway Engineering.
So ayun no, dumako na tayo sa mismong research paper po na ginawa nyo. So for the first question, as Filipino, do you think that this kind of transportation advancement is suitable in our environment? Like may naibibring po ba itong something sa ating bansang Pilipinas?
Yes, I think it is suitable naman, but of course in a gradual way. Actually, we can use this small areas, yung AI, for example, is the real-time traffic updates and traffic signal control. these are the changes naman na hindi kailangan ng infrastructure updates, like the full infrastructure upgrade. So, slowly but surely, no, we can build smart systems na nag-fit sa ating needs and budget.
Ay, so ayun, no, napakaganda nun. Like, para siyang online system na pwede mong kontrolin kahit saan. Meron ba mga problema na nag-appear because of this advancement?
Yes, of course. There's a lot of problem, no? Especially dito sa system na ito. Since it's artificial intelligence, hindi talaga natin itatanggi na mayroong problema pagdating sa ganyan. And yung pinaka-prominent na problem na doon is yung nangyari sa LRT1 and LRT2, yung electrical fault. So, kahit na masasabi natin there's an advancement, there's an development in our transportation, hindi pa rin mawawala yung mga problema na yun.
So grabe, no? Tunay na napapatunayan na talagang kahit saang sektor or bagay-bagay dito sa Pilipinas, hindi talaga maiiwasan yung problems, no?
Yes.
Kaya sana in the future may maibring na something yung AI sa ating community.
Yes.
So the question is, can we sustain this advancement for a long time? Like, magtatagal pa kaya ang advancement na ito once na fully adapt na natin to?
Actually, yes. We can sustain them if we invest sa proper training naman and regular system maintenance. Also, sa long-term planning, of course. So, yung mga schools, pwede silang magturo ng mga tech skills. Also, if the government can support tech-based projects. So, of course, if we involve the community and updating the system regularly, syempre yung technology natin is mag-work for a long-term naman.
So, napakaganda nyo, no? At sana magkaroon tayo ng suporta sa ating gobyerno para lalo naman natin ito masustain ng panghabang buhay pa, no? So, do you think ba na this kind of advancement will be beneficial for our commuters or magdudusa pa rin ba sila?
Of course, it will benefit our commuters in the long term, no? Lalo na kung bibigyan pansin ng gobyerno yung mga commuters natin and kung magpo-provide sila ng resources sa mga manggagawa and yung mga involved sa project na to. So yes, it will benefit the commuters and also those who are involved in the project.
So grabe, no, talagang may epekto pa rin sa commuter kahit na may AI, no?
Yes.
So speaking of commuter, may gusto ka po bang ipakilala?
Before we proceed with the actual research paper, let us hear it from our live interviewer, Maureen Razon, to let us know what's happening on the people outside.
So, ang question is, ano ang mode of transportation mo and kung convenient ba siya para sa'yo?
So, yung mode of transportation ko, since taga-Caloocan ako, is through LRT and jeepney. So, para sa akin, convenient naman siya kasi madali naman sumakay ng LRT. Pero nagiging inconvenient lang kapag nasisiraan yung LRT na sinasakyan ko kasi madalas nagkakaroon ng sira yung LRT na nasasakyan ko. So, nalilate ako. So, yun na.
So, para sa'yo naman, ano sa tingin mo yung kailangan improve sa transportation system dito sa Pilipinas?
So, as a commuter na sumasakay sa mga train system dito sa Pilipinas, siguro ang feeling kong magandang i-improve is paramihin yung mga trains na dito sa Pilipinas kasi nagiging overcrowded yung mga tao sa isang bagon. Tapos, nagiging na siya. Feeling ko mahirap na siya para sa mga commuters.
For that, Miss Maureen Razon, so talagang nakikita na ang dami pa rin commuters yung parang apektado sa estado ng transportation system here in the Philippines.
Totoo, no, partner, no? Lahat, ang commuter ay palaging naapektuhan ng problema na kinakadala ng ating bansa, no? At ngayon naman, dako naman tayo sa ating mga guests, no? What inspired your team to explore artificial intelligence sa ating transportation system?
Okay, thank you so much for that. Kasi actually, matagal na namin pinagplanuhan yung collaboration na to with the DOTR, no? So, yung pinaka-main problem, actually marami siya eh. Pero yung pinaka-prominent talaga is yung traffic dito sa Pilipinas. At dahil doon, makikita natin na hindi na talaga enough yung traditional system natin na ginagamit natin ngayon sa transportation. So, kami ng mga team ko, nag-research kami kung ano nga ba yung magandang alternative. And nakita namin yung potential sa AI. And doon, tinatry namin i-integrate ang artificial intelligence sa transportation system natin.
So parang super duper outdated na kasi ng sistema here in the Philippines. So talaga natin need mag-adapt.
Yes.
So what are the most promising AI technologies naman you have discovered in conducting this study?
Actually, the most promising AI technologies we found are dialogue and reasoning. Kasi ito yung nakakapag-help sa atin mag-power smart ng assistant sa AI, sa vehicles, also prediction and accurate kasi yung AI, di ba? So, this can help manage traffic and detect the risks. So, by this technology, it can make our transport system smarter and more efficient.
So, mas magiging safe yung ating paggamit sa ating mga transportasyon, no? Paggamit ng AI, no? So, ano naman yung mga challenges, no, na ating kinaharap sa pag-integrate nitong advancement na to or itong mga technology na to?
Marami actually. Sobrang dami na hindi ko kayang ilista lahat. Pero siguro yung pinaka-main challenge na kinakaharap ng team ko ngayon ay yung cost talaga, yung pera. Kasi, kulang tayo sa budget para sa project na to. And sa mga commuters, yung pinaka-problem is yung data privacy kasi artificial intelligence siya. Meron talaga tayong makakome up or meron tayong ma-face na challenge or problems with it.
So talagang nandyan pa rin yung problema ng paggamit ng isang technology, which is the Data Privacy Act. No? So let's talk about sustainability naman. How does your research tackle environmental issues?
So, in our research, we actually focus on promoting green and sustainable transportation. So, one of our main strategies na ginawa ay yung ASI method. The ASI method stands for avoid, shift, and improve. So, this means that we should avoid unnecessary trips and shifting to eco-friendly options like biking and public transportation. Also, improving vehicle efficiency. So, this can help reduce the emission of the carbon dioxide. Also, it can support our long-term development goals.
Talagang nag-stick kayo sa inyong goal, no, na mapabetter yung ating environment na kahit may advancement tayo sa ating technology is hindi natin pinabayaan yung ating kalikasan, no? And para naman sa susunod na katanungan na, so how does smart mobility align with broader goal sa ating smart cities?
So actually, if you think about it, yung smart mobility natin ay cornerstone ng smart cities, no? So it's not just about the traffic anymore. Pang-environmental na talaga siya. At dahil sa artificial intelligence, if we were given the chance na ma-continue at may palaganap yung project na ito, ay magkakaroon na tayo ng less problem with our environment. So doon.
So ayun, thank you for that. So how does the Internet of Things contribute to smarter transportation naman?
The Internet of Things actually plays the biggest role in our study. So, because it connects devices like the traffic lights, yung mga vehicles natin, and also the parking system. Like, for example, yung sa mga kotse, di ba, it is automated na like, pwede ka na niyang i-guide sa pagpa-parking. So, by that, it is actually more accurate and fast. It can also save fuel and also reduce the traffic and congestion. So, it makes the entire system more efficient and also smart and syempre convenient para sa lahat naman ata yung AI.
So grabe talaga yung advancement. Kumbaga parang grabe yung epekto nito sa buhay natin mga tao. So ayun, no, that concludes our episode for today's SNC TV episode. So ngayon, thank you for accepting our invitation po pala. Naging malaman and super na-inform ang lahat ng ating audience sa inyong research project na ginawa.
Ayun, thank you so much din sa pag-invite sa amin kasi nagkaroon kami ng opportunity para i-share yung project na pinagkahandaan namin together with the DOTR.
So before we end everything, siguro dumako muna tayo at ipasa natin ng camera sa ating live interviewer na si Rochelle Lagahenyo para malaman naman kung ano pa yung opinion or sitwasyon ng ating outside people. So Rochelle, please take over.
Sa tingin niyo po, bilang isang tricycle driver, ano po ang magandang gawin ng gobyerno para mapaayos ang transport system sa Pilipinas?
Yung sa amin, para sa amin dito, mabigyan kami ng magandang pilang para hindi kami nakakaano sa mga sasakyan din na nakakarang dito.
Salamat po.
I've discovered na pwedeng mas sumarap ang buhay. That life is better kung nice and slow. I've discovered how to stop and smell the new improved Greenwich Baked Macaroni Supreme. Ngayon, may crisp parmesan, mozzarella at cheddar cheese topping. Meatier pa at may special herb taste. I've discovered how lucky I am to discover Greenwich New Baked Macaroni Supreme. Kayo, what have you discovered today?
First day of school! Handa na ba kayo?